At this time, I'd like to call upon Randy Pierce, who will accept the awards on behalf of the 2014 induction class.
Thank you very much. I am truly honored, humbled, and intimidated to speak to you all on behalf of the class of 2014 National High School Hall of Fame inductees. But I know you agree with me that this group of individuals is a very special one, and so I will attempt to do justice to their collective achievement by examining the common core that each of them personifies. Now, please, don't panic when I say common core. I am not referring to the Common Core state standards that have generated so much controversy about which subjects should get top priority in our public schools. Rather, with a tip of the hat to the U.S. Marines, I want to discuss the Common Core, that's spelled C-O-R-P-S, of 5 critical qualities that have been the top priority of each honoree through his or her involvement in high school activities and athletics. The first of these 5 qualities is commitment. Green Bay Packers coach Vince Lombardi observed that the quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their chosen field of endeavor. Such commitment was exemplified by Colorado's George Demetriou when he authored more than 300 articles on officiating football and baseball over a span of 25 years. It was personified by California's Susie Powell when, after representing our country as an Olympian in 1996 and 2000, she rebounded from an injury that kept her out of the 2004 games to earn a spot on her 3rd U.S. Olympic team in 2008. And it was demonstrated by Tennessee's Penny Hardaway when he reversed course from a freshman year of academic ineligibility at Memphis State University to make the dean's list and rejoin the basketball squad as a sophomore. It is the commitment of each of this year's inductees that has inspired the young men and women around them to make similar commitments to excellence. What else can explain the more than 1,000 victories in both basketball and baseball produced by Morgan Gilbert's Arkansas athletes? If you agree with Vince Lombardi that one's commitment to excellence defines the quality of a person's life, then the 2014 honorees have led truly outstanding lives. The second letter of the core qualities is O, for opportunity. Baseball Hall of Famer Bob Feller once stated, "Every day is a new opportunity. You can build on yesterday's successes or put its failures behind you and start over again." That's the way life is, with a new game every day. Opportunity is what Casey Blake and his wife demonstrated by starting the Indianola Community Youth Foundation to help girls and boys in Iowa hone their athletic, academic, and performing arts skills. Opportunity is what Frank Pecora provided to baseball players in Vermont when he founded the local senior Babe Ruth program. And opportunity is what Cheryl Solberg has provided to tens of thousands of female athletes by adding volleyball, soccer, ice hockey, and softball to the sports offered for girls in her home state of North Dakota. Each of the inductees you have chosen to honor, along with each of the state associations represented in this audience, has provided invaluable opportunities to the young men and women who will lead our country through the 21st century. The next letter of the core qualities is R, for respect. Perhaps the most courageous athlete of modern American sport, Jackie Robinson, is famous for saying, "I'm not concerned with your liking or disliking me. All I ask is that you respect me as a human being." It is respect on multiple levels. respect for oneself, for teammates, for opponents, for authority, for the rules, for the game that is essential to a truly civil society. And it is such respect that has been generated by the efforts of all our honorees. Bob Mcdonald promoted such respect for 53 years in Chisholm, Minnesota. He not only talked the talk by demanding respectful behavior in the classroom and on the court from each of his players, he walked the walk by never being called for a technical foul in 1,440 basketball games. As a debate coach in Missouri, I required both my young Democrats and my young Republicans to research and develop arguments that often flew in the face of their personal beliefs, because only by doing so would they develop a healthy respect for the positions held by their opponents. I'm sure I speak for all of my fellow inductees when I say that one of the most satisfying results of our efforts has been the promotion of respect among the millions of young men and women who engage in high school activities and athletics. The fourth letter of the core of qualities is P, for passion. It was Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, who was quoted as saying, "Work? I never worked a day in my life. I always loved what I was doing, had a passion for it." An extensive survey conducted at the end of the 20th century studied successful achievers in various fields: science, music, business, sports, education, politics, theater, to find out what all the best of the best had in common. The answer was not in their DNA, their socioeconomic status, their wealth, their health, or their IQ. What all the most successful people had in common was an undying passion for what they did. We can see such passion in Ozzie Newsome of Alabama, who declares that winning the state high school football title was his biggest thrill, surpassing even his selection for the college and NFL Halls of Fame. We can see it in Michael Devereaux of Wyoming, who continues to indulge his passion for baseball by coaching the Class A Asheville Tourists, rather than basking in the glow of his 2 World Series championships. And we see it in Katie Horstman of Ohio, who traveled over 30,000 miles and played more than 300 women's professional baseball games, many of them against men's teams, in a 3-year span. Her passion continued to motivate her to later become the first nun in the United States to earn a BS degree in physical education, and then to begin a 25-year career coaching 6 different girls' sports at Minster High School. Passion. It's critical for every successful citizen. And finally, we come to the letter S, for service. The most well-known sports personality in the world, Muhammad Ali, stated that service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. And it was Winston Churchill, the first person to receive honorary U.S. citizenship, and perhaps the greatest debater of them all, who declared that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Consider just some of the service given by this year's honorees. Ozzie Newsome received the NFL's Byron Whizzer White Award as its top community volunteer. Sheryl Solberg earned USA Volleyball's Meritorious Service Award not once, but 3 times. Penny Hardaway started a foundation for underprivileged youth in Memphis. Katie Horstman continues charity fundraising in Los Angeles. Casey Blake helped promote his state's Character Starts at Home campaign. And Michael Devereaux established the Thumbs Up Youth Foundation for at-risk teens in his home city of Casper. In conclusion, it's clear that this year's Hall of Fame recipients, like the 411 inductees who have preceded them in the previous 31 classes, successfully promoted the common core attributes of commitment, opportunity, respect, passion, and service. These are the traits that every participant derives from involvement in high school activities and athletics. And these are the qualities that will continue to positively influence the youth of our country for decades to come. So along with Casey, George, Michael, Morgan, Penny, Katie, Bob, Ozzy, Frank, Susie, and Cheryl, I want to thank the National Federation for this wonderful honor, but more importantly, to thank each of you and your state associations provided to us in the past and will continue to provide to the young men and women of our country in the future, because each of us must always remember, whenever we connect with America's youth, that our lifetime of experience can provide their experience of a lifetime. Thank you.